First and foremost, this is not a typical exercise DVD. You're not going to be working out while you watch me here, thankfully, because it's long. There's a lot of information I'm covering. But you can sit on the couch, pull up a Chairmaster and a big bucket of hot air popcorn, and watch me work. It's educational, it's instructional. Just don't think you need to do leg extensions for 8 minutes when I explain how to do that exercise. Now, although we're trying to work the quadriceps, the upper thighs when you're doing this motion, one of the most important positions of the body is your feet. Which way are your feet pointed? These muscles will not contract with their maximal force because this is tight. It's a protective mechanism. Basically, your body's protecting itself from straining the calf because it's in a tight position. But anything that puts the hands in an underhand, close grip position is going to be your best bang for your buck as far as how little exercise you actually have to do. I'm in the frog squat position. My forearms are resting on my thighs, taking off part of my upper body weight, and my weight is through my heels. One thing before you go any further, don't try this until you watch the entire clip. Learn all the ins and outs of this exercise. Make sure you know how to get out of it, especially before doing this. You definitely don't want to twist or tweak your knee at all. But the key when you're working chest, a lot of people tend to work chest a lot. They just like it. It's the mirror muscles. The chest and the biceps are the ones you see in the mirror, so you want to make them look good. You have to make sure you stretch them out a lot. Make sure they don't get over tight. Plus, you work the muscles in the back of your body too, so you're not walking around all muscle bound. You want to stand firm. So no pause at the top. It makes a huge difference as far as how many repetitions you can do. And in my book, I'd rather do less than more. So if you can fatigue a muscle faster without it recovering in between each and every repetition, you don't have to do as many and you get done twice as fast. My upper arm bone goes down here, and that's how the chest contracts. It doesn't contract straight out, it contracts out and down. Now, if you don't work the hamstrings, a lot of people don't work them as much, you develop an imbalance between the two opposing muscle groups, which can be a cause of a lot of injuries. So definitely add some type of a direct single joint hamstring exercise like this to your routine. And it's not going to injure the shoulder joint. If you're high like this, you're going to impinge, and if you're down low, it throws off the angle. You're in the wrong plane. You can tickle yourself, you're in good shape. So that's kind of where I want to be as far as seat settings go. Especially in the fully extended position, you have a lot of stress and a lot of soreness typically in this little section of the elbow called the antecubital notch, right where the bicep muscle inserts on the lower arm. Make sure you take these off one at a time. It's a fine point, but it's an important one. If you take both dumbbells off together, especially if you use heavier weights, basically your lower back's taking the brunt of that motion. It's just like lifting a box with improper biomechanics. You're going to put your back in a position that's going to get injured. Don't stretch a cold muscle. It's like stretching cold taffy or cold silly putty. You pull it out and it snaps. You need to warm it up and make it pliable. Breathing is so important when you're doing strength training. A lot of people don't know when to breathe, so they don't breathe at all.
A barbell's great, but you don't want to do it each and every workout. Sometimes do a machine, sometimes do a dumbbell press, sometimes do push-ups. Like if you do 3 sets of an exercise, if I do 3 sets of bench press, I'm not necessarily going to get 3 times the benefit. But you may not have the exact equipment that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you how machines may vary, and you can set up machines and adjust the program accordingly, depending on what equipment your facility has. Now you notice I didn't take it off, twist, and torque my back to put this on. You actually use it like you're doing an exercise. Lift with your arms, lift with your legs, but not with your back. And during that eccentric component, when the muscles are lengthening under tension, that's actually where you're getting all the benefit. It's also what makes you a little bit sore. Sometimes back off and do nothing. It's great once, maybe every 6 months or so, just to do no exercise whatsoever. Give your body a chance to recover, and sometimes you come back from that week or 2 off stronger than you ever thought possible.